Mountain Blade is a medieval RPG made by some Turkish people. Unlike most games where you ride around on horses cutting off people's heads, this game does not contain any fantasy elements. This is because, instead, it chooses to be historically accurate, what with all the main characters being immortal and the fact that everyone you fight is incredibly predictable. Well, I guess I shouldn't be too sarcastic about it, considering it's quite realistic in the fact that everybody is a bastard. Essentially, Mountain Blade is a medieval sandbox freeroamer, there being literally no goal or story. You play as some fucko that you design and invent a limited backstory for. You then take said fucko and mess around pillaging villages and recruiting an army. It is a fairly interesting concept, which I liked, but it was let down by the game's poor production value. The game's only voice acting is the cheering at the end of a victorious battle and the occasional creepy statement by a no doubt intoxicated bandit.
That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
Also, the graphics are, well, terrible. There are possibly 3 people that are not monstrously ugly. The backgrounds are simple and uninteresting. To be honest, when I played, I paid very little attention to the graphics because if I did, it would be physically painful to look at. The controls are awkward, to say the least. Your character selects the form of attack somewhat at random, resulting in about half the time your character selects a slice or stab that will be disadvantageous in your current situation. Of course, the AI being ridiculously thick means that it hardly matters anyway. The combat is, if I haven't mentioned this already, incredibly simple. A blind limbless fish could master it. Hold down mouse 1 to prepare your attack, and then release mouse 1 to, shockingly, attack. Mouse 2 blocks, and the WASD keys serve to be consistently spammed in order to evade enemy counterattacks. If you're on a horse, this is not necessary, as you can literally just charge straight into them and have your damage multiplied by a billion because of speed bonus. My main bane when it comes to fighting is that if you're hit once, it's very hard to pull off a counterattack or run away because a naked half-wit is standing over me, weapon poised to strike. Honestly though, none of that was what caused me to stop because the overall addictiveness of the game is overpowering. Rather, the reason I stopped is the fact that after you've played it for a couple hours, you realize there is almost no originality in anyone outside of your companions, and no matter what fuckhead you ask, no matter what dickhead question you ask, no matter what buggering castle or town or hill you're on, you will always just get the same answer. Which is to say, fuck all. All in all, I'd certainly recommend it to anyone who wishes to waste time for a modest price. 8 chupacabras out of 10 for concept, and 4 jumping drunk leprechauns out of 115 sober Irishmen for execution.